What's up? It's Tice, and in this video, I'm going to go over exactly why your phones are taking too long to sell, and exactly how to fix this problem. Now, if your phones are taking more than 2 days to sell, you're doing something wrong. The speed that you flip is the speed that you scale, and if your cash is stuck in inventory, then you won't be able to grow your phone flipping business. But the thing that most phone flippers don't realize is that it's not the phones, it's where you're trying to sell them. It's not the model phones you have, the condition the phones you have. It's where you are trying to sell your phones. And if you're still using Facebook Marketplace, that is the real problem. That is the real problem. And let me show you exactly why in this video. So if you have no clue who I am, my name is Tice, and I've been able to scale my phone flipping business past $10,000 profit per month. And if you're looking, this is a picture of phones I got. I picked up all these phones within a couple days. And let me ask you a question. How long do you think it took me to sell these phones? It took me literally a day to get rid of all these phones. It took me a day. Now, you're probably looking at this picture and you can't even fathom even selling like one box of these phones. Like even like this box in the corner or like this box, you couldn't even fathom. You'd be like, wow, that would take me weeks. That would take me a month to sell all those phones and actually make a profit off each and every single one of those phones. I got those phones gone in a day. Now, let me show you exactly how I do it. So the reason why your phones are taking too long to sell, there's one reason, right? You're selling on Facebook Marketplace. This is really the only reason. This is, if you're questioning, why are my phones taking too long to sell? The only reason, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to, the only reason is because you are selling your phones on Facebook Marketplace. Now you might be saying, oh, I sell my phones on OfferUp too, or I sell my phones on Mercari too, or I sell my phones on eBay. It's all the same shit. You're selling your phones on public marketplaces. That is why you can't scale. That is why your phones are taking too long to sell. So the reason why this completely stunts your growth in your phone flipping business, because your phones are taking too long to sell. That means automatically you can't scale. You can't scale past a certain number because your phones are taking too long to scale. Even if you wanted to get to $10,000 a month, you physically can't. You physically can't. If you're selling your phones one by one on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, you can't. You'd have to sell literally 100 phones a month through Facebook Marketplace, right? So you'd have to have hundreds of messages, hundreds of conversations with a bunch of different people. And you'd also have to do 100 local meetups. Like that's too much, and that's just very unnecessary. You have to have a bajillion convos. You have to have 100 meetups. So you can't do that, especially as this is going to take you like 12 hours a day, bro. If you want to sell 100 phones on Facebook Marketplace, so you're capped. Marketplace does not scale, but if you have the right system in place, it will scale. So another problem that comes with this when you're selling your phones on Facebook Marketplace is that you are forced to keep on lowering your prices just to compete with the other people that have phones for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Most of the time, the other people that have phones for sale on Facebook Marketplace are people that are actually trying to get rid of their phone. They're not people trying to make a profit on it. So you're competing with those people, and people could just buy a 15 Pro or a 13 Pro Max for a cheaper price than you're selling it for. That's why nobody really wants it. That's why it takes days to sell, because they can find it cheaper, right? So there's so many problems that come with Facebook Marketplace. Another thing is that you have no predictable way to sell your phone at all. You buy a phone, you're just hoping somebody buys it, and you can't confidently buy more because you're not sure when it will sell. So you can't confidently go splash $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of phones because you're not confident when that phone will sell and even how much it'll sell for. You might have to sell it at a loss because you're sitting on it for weeks and you need that cash back. So that goes into the biggest problem, right? This is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop talking about how bad this is and actually going to get into how you could fix it. Now, this is the biggest thing. If you're going to stick around for anything in this video, watch this, listen to this, because this is your biggest problem. The biggest problem of all is that your cash is stuck in inventory. That is the biggest killer of your business. The biggest killer of your business, again, because your cash is stuck in inventory. All right, let me break this down. All right, if it takes you 5 days, let's be a little generous. If it takes you 5 days to sell a phone, that's 5 days that your money is stuck, right? So you can't buy more. you can't reinvest. You're literally just frozen. So it's not just a phone sitting, or it's not just a couple phones sitting. Your literal business is on pause. It's not a business. Like your business is on pause, right? Because you're sitting on this cash. So it's called opportunity cost, right? So that $400 phone or $500 phone or whatever, however much money you have in phones that's sitting. So let's say you have a $400 phone or multiple, and they're sitting for 5 days. I would have already flipped that phone in a single day and turned it into another phone and made profit again from that phone, right? So while you're stuck waiting on one deal, one phone to sell, I've already profited twice. I've already flipped a phone. I've already sold the phone, bought a new one with the cash, and then sold that one too. So while you're waiting for your phones to sell, I'm already flipping. So because you're flipping slow, you have very slow growth, and the faster you flip, the faster you can scale, right? The faster you can flip your phones, the faster you could actually scale. So let's say you get a great deal. Let's say a great deal pops up, but you can't grab it because your cash is stuck in another phone, right? That's happened to me when I had low capital. I can't get a pickup on a good deal that's a $200 profit because my phone is stuck in because my cash is stuck in other phones. So that's the moment that I realized I don't have a business. I'm literally on a hamster wheel right now. Like, I'm waiting for this phone to sell to get this. I could have gotten this great deal that I could have made $250 profit on this one phone, but I can't grab this phone because my cash is stuck in another phone. And that's the moment I realized this is literally, I'm not even running a business here. I have a hamster wheel, bro. Like, I'm literally, it's like the freaking Minecraft where you're on a pig and you have the carrot, whatever. You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but you should be flipping your phones as soon as possible. If your cash is locked up for days, you're not flipping phones the right way, and you're doing it the wrong way. You're never going to scale, right? So you're not stuck because you don't know how to flip. You're stuck because your cash flow is slow as hell, right? You're not stuck because you're buying the wrong phones. You're stuck because your cash flow is slow because you're selling your phones the wrong way, right? And cash flow is one of the number one reasons why phone flippers never hit $10,000 a month is because their cash flow is super slow because they can't get rid of phones fast enough. Now, every single problem that you think you have, like around selling phones, every problem you think you have, like slow sales, or you have no time throughout the day to pick up more phones because you're constantly doing meetups, or you feel like you're burning out, or you have low profits, it all goes back to one thing. And that's literally just selling on Facebook Marketplace. That's the bottleneck. That's why you're stuck. So how do you fix this, right? I know I just talked about how terrible it is because I just want to make you realize this is actually what's holding you back. This is the actual bottleneck. So how do you actually fix this? Well, it literally all starts with one thing, and that is a private buyer. This is what will fix this whole entire problem. Just one thing. There's one problem and there's one solution. Too. So, first of all, let me explain what a private buyer actually is. You could, a bunch of people call them different things. You could call them a wholesale buyer, direct buyer, private buyer. They're all the same thing. It's just a buyer, right? So, a private buyer or a wholesale buyer is somebody who buys phones directly from you. It's super fast, super consistent, very predictable because they have a price sheet. So, if you have no clue how this works, is that the private buyer, they have a price sheet of what they buy phones for. So like iPhone 12, this price, iPhone 13, this price, iPhone 15, this price, Pro Max, this price. And it'll just give you the list of conditions. So like say iPhone 15, cracked back, this price, iPhone 15, good condition, this price. Like it's like that if you've never seen a private buyer sheet. And no, a good private buyer is not Atlas Mobile. No. I get people say all the time, like, oh, I found Atlas Mobile. Is this a good buyer? No, don't use Atlas Mobile. But anyway, so that's kind of what a private buyer is. So instead of preying on like your phone to sell on Facebook Marketplace, you message your buyer and you send the phone in. You ship the phone off. It could be one phone. It could be two phones. It could be 20 phones at a time. It could be 50 phones at a time. The point is you're shipping, and yes, I actually mean that. Like what I said, when I showed you the picture earlier, I shipped all those phones within 3 different boxes. So I had like 30, 40, 50 phones in each box, shipped the phones off, right? So that's what basically a private buyer is. You're not selling to randoms anymore. You're moving your products like an actual business owner, right? So you could sell in bulk, you could sell one by one, but basically, yeah, that's kind of how it works. And like I said, I might have made it sound a little confusing, but they have a price sheet for the prices that they pay for certain phones in certain conditions. They have a price sheet of what they pay for each phone in each and every single condition. And you just kind of go off the price sheet and you offer the customer less than obviously what the price sheet says you're getting paid. So if the price sheet says you're getting paid $500 for an iPhone 15 Pro Max that's in XYZ condition, then obviously you would offer the customer $400 because you want to make a $100 profit. All right, boom, makes sense. Now, here's basically how the system works with a buyer. This is exactly what I do. So this is how it works. So first of all, I run a paid ad. I run paid advertising to get my phones. So Meta ads right here. This will flood you with a bunch of phones. From there, basically, I'm buying any single phone. That's another advantage when you have a private buyer. You're not limited to only buying unlocked phones or only buying phones in good condition. When you have a private buyer, you could buy any single phone on the market. You could buy carrier locked phones, blacklisted phones, iCloud locked phones, passcode locked phones, phones that don't power on, like any phones that are cracked on the front, back, camera lenses, no Face ID, any single phone that you can imagine, you could sell to these buyers. So that opens up so much more windows for you to make profit, right? Because now you could buy any single type of phone on the market. Whereas when you're selling on public marketplaces, you have to find a phone that's in good condition, good battery health, a phone that will sell quick, like a Pro Max or a Pro, or it's just a whole bunch of bullshit filters that you have to put on to sell that phone fast. Whereas I could have a freaking cracked on front and back iPhone 8 and I could sell it the next day. Nobody's going to be interested in that on Facebook Marketplace. Same with like a carrier locked phone. I could have a carrier locked phone that the phone is still being financed and I could sell that to the buyer. I could sell any type of phone to the private buyer. That's why I'm able to make so much money through these phones. So anyway, Meta ads, this is what I do. This is how the system that I personally run works. So I run Meta ads to get all my phones. And then from there, I sell to my private buyer, right? I only sell to one buyer, by the way. Like I have a couple cash buyers locally, but mainly I only sell to one buyer. You sell to the same buyer every single time, right? So you have no haggling, you have no meetups, just fast, same person, sell it to the same person every single time. No matter what phone you get, you sell it to the same person, same buyer. It's very predictable. You know what you're getting paid for the phone before you even buy the phone. So you get phones consistently and you move them consistently. Like this is how it works. There's really nothing else. There's no listing the phone on Facebook Marketplace. There's no doing meetups, messaging a bunch of sellers. I just run Meta ads to get my phones. I sell my phones straight to private buyers. Super quick, same person every single time, right? And at the end of the day, this is how you're going to get to $10,000 a month phone flipping, or that number that you're dreaming of. This is how you're going to get there. You're not going to get there by selling phones on Facebook Marketplace. So to finish it all up, like the goal isn't to make the most profit per phone. I see a lot of people do this. This is why a lot of people sell their phones on Facebook Marketplace. I get people say, oh, well, I'm not going to make as much profit if I sell to a private buyer. No shit. No, you're not going to make as much profit. But the goal isn't too much to make the most profit per phone. The goal isn't to make the most profit per phone. The goal is to make the most profit per week, per month. That means speed. You're not squeezing profit. You just want speed. I'm saying this slowly and this way because I hate when people say this. Like, oh, I could make $150 profit on this phone if I sell it on Facebook Marketplace. Like, okay, I believe you could. But the goal isn't to make the most profit per phone. It's to make the most profit per week, per month. That means speed. Doesn't mean squeezing more profit. Doesn't mean squeezing $30 more profit or $50 more profit because you're selling in a marketplace, right? Hope that clicks in the people's brains that think that. All right, but simple math, you sell 10 phones at a fast $80 profit. All right, that's $800 in a week versus, let's say you sell 3 phones at $120 profit. That's $360 a week and slower too. Right? Again, if I sell 10 phones at $80 profit in a week, I sell 10 phones in a week at $80 profit, that's $800 in a week. Right? Versus I sell 3 phones and I make $120 profit. That's $360 in a week and it's slower. Right? So I hope this video clicks some freaking something in your brain. And if you are having problems selling your phones and you're wondering why your phones are taking too long to sell, that is exactly why. And also, if you do want access to my personal private buyers that I personally sell my phones to, you could click that first link in the description. If you want help with anything we went over in this video, and you want one-on-one help from me personally, you could click that first link in the description. It'll bring you to this page. Just watch this video. And if you're a good fit to work with me, then I'll help you out. You can book a free call with me and we'll hop on a call. If you are a good fit, I'll help you out, give you access to my buyers, and kind of just one-on-one mentorship overall with phone flipping. So yeah, if you want one-on-one mentorship, you want one-on-one help, and you want somebody who's actually already been there, done it, and you want access to my personal buyers I sell my phones to, you could click that first link in the description, book a call, and yeah, I'll just literally give you everything, all my knowledge on phone flipping, and also my buyers, Facebook ads. So really everything overall, and just kind of guide you to whatever your goal is, whether it's 10K a month, 15K a month. I've taken people from 4K to 10K. I've taken people from 0 to 5, 0 to 8. I've taken people from 11K to 17K. So I know what I'm doing. So whether you want to start or scale, you can work with me one-on-one if you click that first link in the description and book a free call with me. So I hope this video provides some value to you, and I'll see you guys later.